Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Hope you're all well. Let's just jump straight into it. More dumping. Bitcoin just down only at the moment. We broke this big structure here at 74, did not hold. We're coming back to now retest this support here, which we've leveled out. These lines here that we've updated, if we actually zoom in, you can see a tiny little buy-side imbalance there. I'm not going to zoom in because it's going to take ages on the chart, but that is actually a green zone that's too small to see at this point. But we have a low volume node down there at 67,571, and this blue line here is our 200-week EMA, which we've been discussing. We'll get into that a little bit later. But if we continue to the downside, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet today because it's just more of the same, really. We're still in a downtrend. We're still looking for shorts off of levels where we may trade into a premium. Premiums in this context will be extensions towards the value area highs, towards point of controls, towards daily highs, previous day highs, etc., which we get into on the order flow charts. But that's essentially it. And the main question on the tip of everybody's tongue is how much more pain do we have to endure? Well, hopefully not much. Some bullish news is that Tether yesterday minted 1 billion. What does that mean? Well, it means that 1 billion worth of Tether has come into the market, because the way Tether works is if you want to onboard from fiat, you'll mint it, and then if you cash out from Tether, then the Tether gets burned. Now, most people see this as a signal saying, okay, bottom's definitely here, people are looking to buy. It's not always the case, guys, because it can be used for a multitude of different things. What is that Tether being used for? Is it actually being loaded onto exchanges? Is it going into whale wallets? Is it aggressively spot and perp buying? Who is buying it? Is that liquidity massively fragmented across loads of people, or is it quite centralized between a number of large addresses? That might suggest there's some interesting activity incoming. Or is it just being used for some stablecoin yield? Is it just a government? Is it somebody doing something unrelated to the rest of crypto and it's going to stay in stablecoin form? Who knows? Well, you can have a look on things like Arkham. You can do some on-chain analysis. Yesterday on Telegram, one of our guys, Sai, he was tracking it and showed that it was loading into Binance, 200 million of it. And then naturally, maybe an hour or so later, CZ responded to a post on Twitter about Binance buying, saying now is the best time to buy. Is that bullish? I don't know. How much trust do you have in CZ? That's the question. Could just all be a psyop, but at the end of the day, it's all about following on-chain analysis and seeing where this money goes and seeing how it's utilized. But in terms of downside, let's go zoom in. This is obviously the key zone, right? This is our 200 EMA on the weekly. My problem with this is that's such an arbitrary, that's such a bot zone. You know, that's the trade that's been on everybody's mind. And if it's a trade that's so obvious and everybody's aware of it, how much expected value or how much alpha do you actually have? Typically very little. Does it look like it's happening? Yes, but are we going to see this bounce off, off this EMA, boom, bottom is in, we continue to go up? Maybe. Personally, don't buy it. If we do continue to trade into it, what I could see is a little fake bounce, and then we continue to nuke. This starts shaking people out, going, oh my God, the bottom's not in, this is full bear, we're going to zero. And then we take a nice little bounce off this area, which not a lot of people are looking at, which is your 67,571. Then look to put in a reversal. If not, here's the next levels below. I've only marked to the top of these buy-side imbalances here because if you look at the date, we go all the way back to the 14th of October 2024. And on the daily chart, I've got to load 500 candles, right? And I know that sounds super lazy, but the amount of things I have open, I actually have 32 gig of DDR5 RAM on my computer, right? So it's a nice computer. It's a nice computer with a good thing. But the amount of time it takes to load and the amount of RAM it's using to run all of those candles at the same time with all of the order flow data is a bit much. So in terms of getting the accurate volume profile for where our low volume node is, we'll look at that when the time comes. But I've marked the top level, which is typically where we'll take a bounce, 64,762. Failing to break that and failing to hold that and then breaking down continuously should lead us to around 62,457. So they're the levels, and I had some questions yesterday about, okay, well, in between these levels here now, is there no trade in between? Absolutely, the trade. These are your targets. So, the targets to the upside right now, these are places where you would want to exit along if for some reason you are long, or look to take a short if you can see sellers getting rewarded for their efforts and buyers stepping out. Then likewise to the bottom, when you're coming at the bottom here, this is where you want to be looking to take profit on these shorts. The trades in between here are where I will use order flow. I'm looking at things like the point of control. I'm looking at the value area highs, value area lows for the day. for the session, and basically looking to trade for continuation to the downside, which means looking to sell at a premium. Okay, so with all that said, let's just quickly jump into the order flow chart and just have a quick scan of what we're keeping in mind for the day. Okay, so here we are. We've got our blue line here, which is the 200-week EMA. We can see we've made a daily low here, which we're trying to hold at the moment. We're trying to get back into the daily value area low. If we do start to hold this, there's a very good likelihood we will start to trade towards the point of control. Currently, that is set around the VWAP. Again, I'd expect aggressive sellers to start stepping in here because look what we've been doing throughout the day, throughout the session. We're hitting our head. Okay, we came to the first standard deviation, we broke it, we didn't, and we're just continuing to the downside, right? Currently, as it stands, I won't be looking to take any trades yet until the New York Open. I really want to see what's going on. Something that's quite interesting here, you can see a massive spike in open interest here and our price starting to come up, which is telling us that we're getting a lot of participants entering the market. But as you can see from this battle here, you can see there's a big squeeze, which adds confluence to the fact that we're going to see something explosive off the New York Open when most of the volatility comes in. And I don't want to be caught gambling here. I want to just wait for a clear break, a clear area of either premium or discount to look for either longs or shorts. Of course, given the nature of the market, we will be preferring shorts. They will be the highest probability plays. But as we showed yesterday in the free Telegram, there were some really nice plays off the bottom where aggressive buyers stepped in trying to hold up the price and we jumped on for the ride. Just realized I can remove these levels here because these are from yesterday's session. But yeah, these are really the key things. I think to the upside, if we're going to the upside, first of all, we've got this monthly value area low, we've got the previous day value area low, and we've got our daily value area high currently sat here. This around 71, let's call it 71,750, is going to be huge resistance. This is going to be huge resistance to break through. Expect to see sellers stepping in here to try and hold it down. If we do break up, of course, we've got a daily high, which we'd look to retest. That might also be a great short position. If we do continue to break up off liquidity, then we've got this next weekly VWAP here around 75K, also a nice round number, where we could look for potentially a short all the way back down to our VWAP here at 71,250. At the moment, of course, the VWAP will change as more volume comes in. What would be even more fantastic as well is if you could take a trade from up here and trade all the way through to the bottom of the value area. And that's basically it, guys. Going to keep it short and simple. You've got the levels, you know the plays. If you've got any questions, ask them in the free Telegram. So anyway, if you like the video, you want to see more of these daily videos on Bitcoin, trades to take, entries, order flow, high time frame analysis, like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment, tell me if there's something you want me to look at, if there's a particular coin you want me to look at, if there's some, particular analysis you want me to do, happy to do so. At the end of the day, these videos are for you guys. And if you're not already in the free Telegram, join it. It's the first line in the description and you'll get all the plays, you'll get play-by-play real-time updates, and you can ask questions about specific things from the video, the market, whatever you like. And other than that, not much to say except good luck, have fun, and I'll see you in the books.